What's up, guys? My name is Zach Black. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Weekly Wellness Wednesday. I'm excited to be back, guys. I swear, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing these videos like only weekly. I feel like it's just not quite enough. I have so many ideas flooding my mind like every day. It's kind of ridiculous. And I want to talk more about that too, as well as like why that's happening, because I know why it's happening, but at the same time, it's like I just can't keep up with all of it, you know? And that has to do with like the higher self and a lot of other cool things that kind of happen as you move along your journey here. But today I'm going to talk to you guys about yoga, and basically just stress how amazing it is to do it in the morning. I'm not really going to be telling you guys how to do yoga. If you're looking for that, then this isn't the video. But I do want to tell you guys kind of the benefits of it, and I wanted to make this video right after the meditation video because it's basically meditation. In essence, yoga has a lot of the same benefits as meditation because you're still centering in the moment. It's like awareness meditation, except you're performing a specific task in mind. It's very similar to awareness meditation, but it's a bit deeper than that, if that makes sense. Like I said, there's so many different kinds of meditation. In my last video, I mentioned this, and this is, one of them that I consider to be a form of meditation. And I do yoga personally every single morning. It helps to clear any energy that's just kind of floating around that you just don't want to deal with. So I highly recommend doing it every morning. And this kind of gets into the factor of clearing your energy too. And you can do this through meditation really easily. And it's kind of almost in the aspect of like doing it in deeper meditation is more Reiki energy healing, which is that's more of a deeper cleansing. But I find through yoga, just being able to clear your mind and kind of be more present in the moment, it can just help so much. And especially with what just happened with the election, I know, oh my god, like the day after the election I woke up and it was just awful. I just peeked the mic there, I hope it wasn't too loud. After that election, that morning was just awful. I just felt all this negative energy, and feeling energy is something that's really strange too. I never really thought I'd be feeling energy like this, but as I'm progressing through this path, like more and more things just keep showing up as like little, abilities or something, that I guess you could call them. And feeling energy is a big one now. It's kind of obnoxious sometimes, like when half the country is panicking and upset and just going crazy over what's happening with with this election. I feel like it's affecting like the whole world, and I just felt like all of this negative energy just floating around that morning. And I did yoga, and I shit you not, like my energy was fine. I know how to clear my energy just fine, but it was like I cleared the energy around where I live too. We went to the store that day and everyone was just so nice. I was just like, how is this possible? We just had this terrible, like, everybody's so negative about this election, and somehow everyone I came in contact with that whole day was just on this super positive vibe. And I purposely did kind of a cleansing thing. I was channeling this thing called the Pillar of Light while I was doing yoga, and I basically was seeing this positive energy clearing out the whole area. Just spreading throughout like my whole town. And then we go shopping, and oddly enough, everyone is crazy positive. Everybody's like super nice to me. I seriously had like 2 store clerks literally like both wanting to like move me to the self checkout and just check out my stuff for me so I don't have to wait in line. So I was like, that's super awesome. Like, what the hell? Like, that just is something that just doesn't happen. And even before that, like, everybody I made eye contact with, I just got like a very positive vibe from them. Like, they're just having a fantastic day for some reason. And it's like my area was a Hillary supporter too, so everybody's tripping out that Trump won, I guess. Um, Even though I mean, to me, that whole thing is a load of crap. I mean, I definitely think it's rigged myself, but I mean, you can have whatever perspective you want. That's just mine. Um, and I don't know exactly how that energy clearing worked, whether I actually somehow raised the vibration of everybody around my town by doing that. I mean, I don't doubt that that's possible, but at the same time, it's equally possible that maybe it was just people. I was attracting positive energy because that's what I was putting out, and I mean that's kind of into the law of attraction area. And I know that this is not entirely on the factor of yoga. I'm not even sure if I'm going to call this just a yoga video. I mean, it's really a lot of different stuff about clearing energy and yoga, and even putting out positive vibes. That way you get them in return. And even on the factor of manifesting, since we're still kind of early in the video, I feel like this was kind of on the same platform of manifesting things. And manifesting is kind of a complicated thing because I don't feel like people fully explain it well. Manifesting is something where you're not necessarily trying really hard to make something appear into your life. I mean, it's not really a hard process. It's surprisingly natural, to be honest with you. And connecting with your higher self makes it really easy to manifest, like kind of to a ridiculous point, because your higher self is you, but you already came here with an intention of how you were going to live your life and what kind of goals you were going to do within that life, and you plotted out everything that's happened in your life, and that kind of goes into the aspect of kind of just taking responsibility for everything that's happened, And I mean, I've had a lot of crappy stuff happen in my life, just like anybody, and I mean, for a while I blamed, my parents or whatever, somebody else. I didn't really blame me because it was like, hey, this doesn't really have anything to do with me, I just grew up around my family, it's like, it's not like I could dictate what they were doing, but in reality, before I even came here, I already had the intention of what was going to happen specifically so I would grow in a specific way and be doing specific things, like making these videos. I wouldn't be making videos for you guys if I had such a great childhood, you know what I mean? Like if I had never gone through any kind of troubles, I wouldn't be wanting to help anybody else with theirs because I would never have experienced them, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have a perspective of going through any kind of hardship, so I wouldn't understand anybody who was going through it themselves, And being on this spiritual journey gives you a deeper understanding of other people's hardships. You start to really be able to put yourself in their perspective, in their shoes, so to speak, and be able to understand where they're coming from when they're having some kind of issue. And people don't really, I think, grasp this to a certain degree. And this is kind of getting into the next level area from where these meditations I'm talking to you guys about go, and I just wanted to make those as kind of a foundation. That was the idea of a lot of the videos I've been making, is to lay a foundation for you guys so that when I start getting into these more intricate spiritual topics, you guys can still comprehend it well. And even if you're newer to the channel, when I'm getting into like crazy stuff, you guys can go back to previous videos and kind of see something that's on a lower level that you can comprehend a little easier. And I mean, we're all on different levels. I mean, I'm still early on this journey as well, I'm not like some super expert, but I just have felt so compelled since I started connecting with my higher self, and even with other friends, it's been showing me that I should still be doing this, I should be still making these videos for you guys and that kind of thing. So I guess I have like a newfound purpose for doing this, and that's kind of where the newfound consistency is coming from as well. And I have tons of other stuff to talk about with you guys though, and I feel like this video was kind of a jumbled up thing of all kinds of good stuff. So hopefully it's helpful for you guys. I know generally the weekly wellness videos are very straightforward, one topic, a kind of a tutorial concept. But in this case, I feel like I wanted this one to kind of just get a bunch of stuff out there for you guys, so you kind of understand where this channel's going, what my idea is. Right now I'm laying a foundation for you guys. Just to sum that up, I'm laying a foundation down so you guys understand what's going on, because if you don't understand the basics of meditation, some of this stuff is just totally gonna seem absurd and impossible to you, like, altogether. And even manifesting, I know when I first heard about manifesting, I was like, well, if you can manifest anything into your reality, then why isn't everybody a billionaire? And that actually, the reason for that is because they don't believe they can, and they doubt it. And that's basically, in essence, exactly what causes them to not do it. And even fear, like, manifesting doesn't just make things pop into your life either. I mean, stuff isn't going to just mystically be there. Not that you can't do things like that, but you have to be on a very high level to be able to just manifest something in front of you, like, magically, basically. But to manifest certain realities in your future, you can see them happening as you're manifesting them, but at the same time it takes time, and you got to be doing things normally on a daily in order to continuously keep that manifestation coming into your reality. It's even a factor. I heard somebody say, I think it was Gordon Xavier, he mentioned, or no, it was his cousin, he mentioned your habits, basically, changing your habits will change your life, and your habits dictate basically what's happening in your life. And I mean, I can honestly say that is very true. I mean, I recently was like a super hardcore gamer, and I know that that's kind of just like a random thing to mention, but if you think of life kind of like a river right now, and a lot of people use this kind of metaphor, but if you think of life like a river, video games could be a representation of a giant, like, tree that's just in the river. So now the flow is disrupted. It has to go around this tree just to get to the other side of the tree, and it slows down the river, kind of clogs it up a little bit. And when you remove something like that from your life, it creates a hole in the river for a minute, right? But the river keeps flowing, and it flows into the hole and fills it back up, and now the hole isn't just flowing river. Now it's just a normal river flowing by. But the hole that was created from removing that stump is then filled back in with the river's energy, which could be anything in your life. Like, for me, I stopped playing video games so much, and I know a lot of my friends are kind of like, bro, where you got? Like, what are you doing? But then this has come into my life. All these ideas, connecting with my higher self more, like, it's being filled in with a bunch of abundance. And that's basically what I'm trying to get at with this river metaphor. Is like, when you remove that stump, that hole is then filled with an overabundance. And I mean, every time I've implemented this kind of idea in any aspect of my life, it has been like that. And it just seems like all this other stuff is replacing it, it's, and not only to like the same, like, equivalent, but like more than what it was before. Like, it's being replaced with more than what was there to begin with. So I don't know, that's kind of where I'm going with manifesting. Now I'm kind of just getting way into another topic, but manifesting in general, guys, it's basically everything manifests in your mind. Everything you think about is manifested. Anything you believe fully in your mind will be manifested. And I've been manifesting stuff for my future for a while, but back in the day, I just kept going back and forth on it. I'd be positive, then I'd be negative, then I'd be positive, then I'd be negative, and it would go back and forth. And that's why it kind of led to this stagnant reality of not really anything happening, because it was too back and forth. I didn't really know what I wanted, and even when it was going in the direction I wanted, I was scared to actually finally step into that kind of reality. I mean, even making these videos right now, I made the video about fear, and you know how that's been affecting me. And even now, I'm not necessarily scared to make videos, but it's like I'm really realizing the scope of like what I'm getting into, you know, like the shoes I'm trying to fill, essentially. But they're my own shoes, so why be afraid of them, you know? And that's kind of just something that holds a lot of people back. But I'm not gonna keep going into that. Um, I don't know if you guys like this jumbled up, random, um, kind of sporadic knowledge being thrown at you kind of video. If you do, then you know, let me know, because I mean, this is just as good as any in my opinion. Um, Even though a lot of this is kind of random jumbled up knowledge, like I said, I have a lot of stuff I want to tell you guys, and I have a lot of ideas for different videos that I want to express for you guys, but it's just kind of, it's all just wrapped up in there going crazy. So I most likely won't continue making these videos this long. I like to keep them under 10 minutes. I know this one's creeping up on 20 here real soon. um, I like to keep them under 10 so you guys don't have to be here all day long. But this one, I don't know, I wanted to get a lot of things out there, just to kind of express where I want this show to go, as well as where I want the channel to go as a whole. And I mean, the weekly wellness show, I want to keep straightforward, like 10-minute videos. But the other stuff on the channel, you can probably expect it to be somewhat like this, probably a little less jumbled up. But you know, longer videos that kind of get on a lot of topics. But weekly wellness, I want to try and get just focused topics so you guys can just quickly get information that's just what's in the title, and just straightforward, you know, kind of tutorial based information that just helps you guys out. I might even start another series that's a little bit different than weekly wellness, kind of more in this manner where it's a little longer and a little bit more packed full of multiple different things that kind of all intertwine together into one topic pretty well. You know, kind of like meditation, manifesting, spirituality, and yoga kind of all go together pretty well. So talking about them together kind of makes sense. That's kind of what's going on in this video. So anyway, guys, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. And don't worry, future weekly wellness shows are not going to be this long. I'm going to probably keep them under 10 minutes for the most part. But for now, this one's going to be a little longer, just to kind of get all these points out there for you guys. So leave a like, though. Really appreciate you guys helping to spread the awareness of this show and the channel. Helps a lot of people. That's the goal. And even share the video, guys. Like, that helps even more. If you want to like throw this on Facebook or something, like that would be awesome. But more importantly, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and much love to you.